Hello, welcome to the first session of staircase construction. My name is Sergeant Babazi.
And I am Habiman Gabire Devot. We are both trainers at Rwanda Polytechnic School.
We will have 7 videos about planning, preparation of pieces, and mounting a stair.
Let's then start with planning and preparation of materials. Enjoy the lesson.
Hello everyone, my name is Benny Katarizi. I'm a carpentry trainer at Rwanda Polytechnic School. Today we talk about wooden staircase construction, and the objective of this session is that by then you will be able to analyze the site and record the data. Secondly, you will be able to identify different types of staircase, and lastly, you will be able to describe their components. Now let's talk about different types of staircase. We are having, the first one is straight staircase, where we have single flight and double flight. The staircase that you can find here is a single flight, but if you put intermediate landing, it is a double flight. The second type of staircase that we are having is turned staircase. Here, for example, we are having a quarter turn staircase, where we have the first flight, we have the turning place which is landing, and we have a second flight. The other types of staircase, we are having half-turn staircase, and we are having switchback staircase for turned staircase. But on continuous staircase, there we are having spiral staircase and circular staircase. The components that we can find on this staircase, we have a newel post. The newel post is the first post at the beginning of the staircase. And apart of that, we are having a stringer. The stringer, of course, as you know, this is where the steps will be fixed on. The other part that we can find an exit post for the flight, which is also called a landing post, because here we are having a landing. And we are having here a wall stringer. And a part of this, we are having the exit post for another flight, which is also the main exit post for the whole staircase. Another component that we can find on this staircase is balustrade. The balustrade, this is a set of handrail and balusters, which is fixed between posts to avoid falling down of the people. The final component that you can find on this staircase is the treads or the steps. The steps, the treads, they are the ones by which we step on. And later on we see the different ways of producing the steps. The other way of fixing the tread to the stringer is that we can use a piece of wood. This piece of wood is called the riser block. It is there to help us to fix the tread on the specific lines to the stringer. Means we have a straight stringer which is not cut on any other side, then a riser block between, and then we fix a tread. In designing a staircase, you need data. That's why you have to visit the site. Here we are on the site, and normally, as you know, the staircase must be constructed nearby the entrance. But because of the limiting factor that we found, we cannot construct the staircase on the entrance, as we are having the door of the office, the big window, the door to another room, which are limiting us to put our staircase nearby the entrance. Apart of that, you could construct a straight staircase. As we are having a sink, then the headroom will be insufficient for the user. That's why another factor will cause us to construct a quarter-turn staircase, considering the width of the staircase and the landings to be put. Mainly the data we need to measure the total lines that we need, the available going, and the position of landing. In the data recording, we need, of course, a paper and a pen to write. And of course, we need distance measuring tools. That's why here I'm with a tape measure and a folding ruler. Apart of this, as we are having a big height, I need a ladder to climb up while taking the measurements. We are having a metal beam as the end of our stair, but will also be needed to be measured. Means the height to this beam will need to be considered, even if it is at the end, but we need to consider also this height, and it have to be recorded. We have to measure the total height between the floors based on the wall that we are having. Means our ground floor and the top floor. These have to be well really measured because it is our total height and it is the one that we are going to base on while designing our staircase. Meanwhile, we have to make a simple sketch. This sketch will help us to show the stairway dimensions. We need to show the stairway length, we need to show the stairway width, and the length of the stairway is the one we consider as the total going of the staircase. And the stairway width, it is in the one we have to consider the width of the stair and landings, considering also other flights. The next measurements to be taken is the width of the stairway. This width is given by the metal, as it is where the top landing will be fixed. Then we have to consider this while taking measurement, and this will help us to know where are we going to turn, where are we putting our landings. If we remove these dimensions, then our stair width will be still enough or not. Last but not least is to measure the total going or the length of the stairwell available. This diagram will guide us in preparing the right size and number of materials to build the stair, but at the same time it will help us to know what is the size of our stairway and how our design should look like. As you have all the needed dimensions, now the next following step we are going to calculate and design our staircase construction.
Hope you enjoyed the lesson.
Once again, we have learned a lot from this.
As usual, you can find this video on the e-learning website of Rwanda Polytechnic for more repetition.
We welcome you again for the next session.
Until then, stay safe and
Goodbye.
goodbye.